Hey guys, Brandon here with Exotic Diecast, bringing you guys another unboxing, and along with that I'm doing a little something different here, and I'm going to hopefully show you guys how to customize a 1/18 scale model car, because I got some requests off my 488 GTB review because I painted the wheels gloss black and the calipers yellow, and I didn't do that on camera because I didn't know if that was going to work out okay. But it ended up working really nicely, better than I would have hoped for. So now I'm going to try it on this. Only difference is that was a Burago 488. This is a Hot Wheels, and I've tried to look online and there's pretty much nothing I can find on Hot Wheels. The little I did find, I could tell that it was a lot different to disassemble and kind of looked a little bit harder. But yeah, but we'll go ahead and give it a shot. A little stutter there. But anyway, I'm sure if I unscrew enough screws and remember where everything went, we could make it okay. But yeah, I just got this. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet, so I'm going to go ahead and start doing that right now. But yeah, I was kind of curious about this color because on the pictures online it kind of looked like a little bluish. I was hoping it was more of a gray, and I see it in person. It's a nice silver gray. In some lighting it looks like silver, some lighting it looks like dark gray, so it's the exact color I was hoping for. I'll tell you the plan on this customization once I take it out of the box. I have some kind of like renderings I'll show you. But let's just get it out. There's that. And that actually looks like really good quality. I got this, actually I'm pretty impressed by the quality. I got this for, it was like $30-something on Amazon. And shipping, I forgot the total, but it was under $50. It was 40-something, 45 maybe, shipped. So that's pretty good. But yeah, let's go ahead and fully unbox it, and I'll tell you guys the plan. Alright guys, so here it is, and I have to say, just by looking at it for like as a display, the quality and the detail for the price I paid is actually pretty impressive. And the color, like I said, in the picture on Amazon, it kind of looked a little bluish. I couldn't really tell how good it was going to be, but this is the right color I want for my kind of contrast. And when I unboxed it, I kind of found out why this is so much cheaper than their other ones, because they have Hot Wheels Elite versions of the F12, and for this to be like a fourth of the price, or even less than that, or about a third to a fourth, I was kind of confused. Then I kind of figured out the detail's fine, but the front hood and the back trunk does not open. It's just the doors. But I'm fine with that. I don't really care about it because this is going to be more of a project car. But because of that, maybe it'll be worth later getting like a Hot Wheels Elite or something. But for now, this is pretty cool. So the plan for this, as you guys can see, this is like a gray silver color. I love that. The wheels are not my favorite design. I kind of like the sportier, kind of more spoke design, but they don't come with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and just take these and just paint them gloss black like the 488. I'm also going to paint the brake calipers yellow like the 488, and so that should contrast with the gray very nicely. If you look at the front here, these little pieces right here are painted gray in the real car, and the Hot Wheels Elite, that is black. So we're just going to go ahead and paint that black. And then looking in the interior here, that is tan. I don't like tan, so I'm going to go black on the interior, and hopefully kind of like some yellow stitching or piping. I'll try to do that. So to give you guys a visual, or help you visualize that, I took a picture, or I got a screenshot of one of these. And I literally so crappily kind of put something together. I put black where the wheels are and put some yellow where the brake calipers are, just to give me an idea. And then I went on the Ferrari configurator and kind of made the same thing, but they don't have black wheels or the same exact color, but just kind of gave me an idea. And then I also went on the Ferrari configurator and went to the interior. And as you guys can see from this picture, I'm wanting to go all black with some yellow accenting like around the horse on the stitched headrest. And just yellow stitching and piping up, and also probably yellow seat belts. I think that might be kind of interesting. But yeah, so that's kind of the theme for this. So I'm going to go gray, black wheels, yellow calipers, black interior, yellow stitching. Again, I have not disassembled a Hot Wheels, so this will be kind of interesting. So let's go ahead and start unscrewing things, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I kind of feel bad for this car because I haven't even gotten a good look at it yet, and it's already getting disassembled. But so when I see here, this already looks a lot different. There is a screw here, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8 screws total. If you could see these screw holes right there, and on the other side. So we're just going to go ahead and unscrew all of these. Alright guys, so I unscrewed all of them, so I'm just going to go ahead and carefully move all of these. And remember, when I unscrewed those, move all those away. And so here it is unscrewed, so it should kind of pop out here. The steering wheel is probably getting caught, so you just kind of have to wedge it the right way. There it goes. So it's kind of getting stuck on the steering wheel there, but now it's out. So here is the body of it. So we're kind of done with this. Again, I want to paint these little things right here. And I might even paint the emblem. I'm not sure. I might kind of keep it like that just so it stands out a little bit more. In fact, yeah, I'm going to probably just keep it like that. But black here. And looking around, that's actually all I'm going to do to this piece. So we're just going to put that away. Okay. And as far as this is where it gets a little different from Barago and Maisto, is that the wheels are still on here. So looking here, I can see that there is a screw here, screw here, screw here, screw here, and that looks like all of the screws. With that, hopefully I could pop some more things off. Let's see how that goes. Alright guys, so I unscrewed those 4 screws, and I just thought of something that will make this a little bit easier. Just get rid of any moving kind of parts that are in your way. So this steering wheel, for example, the way you disconnect it is different for pretty much every model car I've tried so far, or different model brands anyway. But yeah, just kind of like, as you can see, it's in the steering column because when I do this, but it's connected through this little rod, so you can just unconnect that and just move the steering wheel. So let's go ahead and try that now. Okay, so that just kind of popped off with the whole column. That actually probably will make it a little easier. I didn't think the column was going to pop off like that, but there's this little hole here and there's a pin to where it holds down there. So that actually kind of made it a lot easier, so that's cool. We could just move this to the side. So with those 4 screws removed, hopefully this should just pop off unless I missed something. So that lifts off really, really easily, and as you can see, the wheel, brake, and calipers and all that fell off in one piece. So we'll go ahead and put that to one side. We're going to get these out as well, and then we should be done with this piece here. Because again, we're going to have to paint these. So let's put that to the side. So that's what we want. And actually, just looking at this should be pretty easy to disassemble. There's a nice little screw here. So yeah, we're going to put that to the side. And now looking at this new piece here, I'm not too sure how this will disassemble. Just trying to look at it here, because there's no more screws. Alright guys, so I feared this, but I'm kind of stuck in a bad situation here. This is what's different with Hot Wheels than Maisto. The Maisto ones and Barago, the front wheels come off just like the back wheels, which makes it easier. But here, let me zoom in. These back wheels I need to remove, but as you can see, there's no more screws left. These screws are just for the exhaust, so that doesn't do anything. So there's this rod here that connects to both wheels, so you can spin them like that. And then there's like these little rubber pins here, those 2 things that kind of keep them locked in. I tried to push that out, but even if I did, this rod's still here. So that kind of makes the wheels and brakes unremovable. Alright guys, so again, more problems. So, but it's okay because the rear wheels are off, so I found a solution. It's just not the most unorthodox way of doing it. So I was ready to cut this rear wire here, or this rear rod, like I said, ready to go, and then it wasn't cutting until I felt it really, and just kind of realized it's full metal instead of plastic. And now this isn't focusing. Let me see if I could manually do it. So this wasn't cutting because it's metal. I thought it was going to be plastic, so that was a no-go. Then I just kind of got frustrated and just yanked the wheels off, and they actually came off. So as you can see here, we have, if I zoom in, we have the wheel off with a floating brake caliper because, and try not to cringe here, this little plastic thing that held the wheel off, or together, snapped. And that's okay because I got some powerful glue that we could just glue that back together. Let me try to focus it a little bit better. And we could glue that back together and it will be better than new if you use the right glue. So now this gives me the freedom to paint this without any masking really, because it's just floating there, which is nice. And then the wheel is completely off as well, and I'll show you guys how to mask that off and take the tires off. So I just yanked this one off, and as you can see, the brake disc is still on there, but it's loose, so you just kind of wedge it, and it popped off, and now we have another floating brake brake caliper. So let me just go ahead and focus back down here and zoom out. So now we're actually pretty much done with this. We're just going to keep that on there because the brake calipers are on there, so it's going to make it kind of easy to paint. Brake disc, we're done with that for now. And then the wheels. And then we can go back to all these. Let me get all the wheels together. So these were a lot easier. But still, just take a close look here. There is a little screw right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and unscrew that, and I'm sure things will start falling apart, and we'll figure it out from there. Alright, so with the rear screw here removed, it kind of just slips off like this, and then you have the wheel on its own, so that's what we'll paint once we remove the tire. And then on here, let's see how this looks like. I think, yep, there it goes. Yeah, this is a lot different than Barago, but yeah, the brake disc kind of just pops off. So I don't, yeah, there's actually a difference. The front brake discs are bigger than the rear, so just remember that. So we're going to keep the front stuff over here. And again, the brake calipers are just floating nicely, so that will be easy to paint. No masking really, we'll just paint right on that. So that's pretty easy. So we'll keep the front stuff with that, and we'll keep all of the rear brake caliper stuff over there, or the brake disc. So here we have our rear tires, or which ones were they? Here are the front ones with these little posts. They're a little bit narrower, and then the fat tires are here, or the fat wheels and tires. So we're just gonna go ahead and take off the tires, and there's kind of like this glue that you kind of have to break, like this little seam. Once you break it, it's pretty easy, but just pretty much straightforward. You just remove the tire from the wheel. All right, once again, Hot Wheels wants to make it a lot harder for me than Barago. They put these crazy ridges on the wheels here just to make it so difficult to remove the tires, but it can be done, but it just hurts like crazy. Yeah, the other ones just kind of slipped off, and it was like the perfect amount of pressure. But anyway, here's our front wheels, here's our rear wheels. Pretty much, if you can remove, and I haven't even tried yet, but if you could remove this little sticker, sometimes it's painted on there, sometimes it's a sticker. If you could remove that emblem as a sticker, that'd be great, and then just put it back on later. If not, you have to do some really, really fine masking there. And that's not so easy. That's what I had to do with the 488 GTB. But you just get some little masking tape, try to do it very, very finely, and yeah, that's not the most difficult thing in the world. But pretty much, I kind of have high hopes for the project now. I didn't know if I was going to get this far, but here it is, fully disassembled. Had a, you know, it was a little unorthodox, but from here, what I'm going to go ahead and do is get a shoe box or anything that, you know, you could paint and not really care about masking. What I'm going to do is get these things, get them face down first on the shoebox, and then paint them face down first. That way, when you put them right side up, the front is kind of like the last thing you have to paint, and you don't have to put it face down again, you know what I mean. So paint the backs first, then when that's dry, put them facing upwards, paint them like that. As many coats as you think is necessary until they look good. I usually do like 1 or 2 coats from the back, and maybe 3 coats from the front. That looks pretty good, pretty heavy coats. And then for the calipers, you know, it just depends on your paint. A lot of people ask me what paint. Honestly, guys, for the last time I used Tamiya spray paint for this. And for this, I literally used anything yellow. I didn't really care. I'm not an artist, guys. I just kind of use what works. It was probably like paint for a canvas, for all I know. Honestly, guys, it was not model car paint, but it worked. So yeah, that's that. So I'm going to go ahead and paint those. Paint the brake calipers here. Paint the brake calipers there. What else am I going to do? I'm going to go to the front here. I'm going to paint these little things black, just with a fine brush. Probably no masking really. That's trying to, you know, it's kind of an unorthodox thing. I'm trying to do this kind of quickly too. And then as far as the interior here, now I'm noticing this. That's kind of interesting. They stamped these interior bits down here, and looks like they really don't want me to remove them because they burned them. Looks like they just burnt some here, so I cannot remove them. But I didn't plan on removing them anyway. I mean, they're exposed enough for me. I'm just going to go in there with a brush, paint it all black, look in the back, paint it all black. And then around the piping, hopefully, if I'm fine enough, I could paint some yellow accenting. I'm hoping. Like I said, I'm not an artist, so that's going to be kind of difficult for me, but we'll try that out. Alright guys, so fast forward a few hours and a couple of steps, and it's pretty much all back together. Pretty much I went ahead and painted the gloss black wheels, painted the brake calipers, put everything back together. I wanted to do the black with yellow stitching, but I found out that was way too hard, so I just went full black. And guys, I have to admit that this was not easy, and it's not really back to how it came out of the box as far as functionality. So what I learned from this, and hopefully you guys can learn from this, is that if you're going to customize a car, from my experience, Maisto and Barago or whatever, is the one to go with. Hot Wheels is incredibly difficult, and here's why. So overall, the color combination looks really, really nicely. I'll still bring you guys a review on this. Go ahead and focus in here. I don't know if that's going to show, because it's kind of dark right now. But yeah, the paint actually came out really, really nice. But unfortunately, you may be asking yourself, like, kind of, what's wrong? The front wheels still rotate, because that was easy. That came out like a Barago. But the back ones, not so much. I had to break this plastic seal right here to pop this out to paint it and to paint the caliper, and when I put it back on I had to glue it back on with some very, very strong like plastic glue, and now it's not rotating, but that's okay because really once you just set it and display it, it's fine. But yeah, that's pretty much the only thing, is the back wheels don't rotate anymore. That's pretty much it. Yeah, no, other than that, everything is pretty fine. The steering's kind of weird and notchy for whatever reason. It wasn't really like that before I disassembled it. It just doesn't disassemble and reassemble too easily. So I know this wasn't a proper tutorial like I wanted it to be. So if I get another Burago, let me bring out the 488 real quick. So here's a Burago or whatever 488 GTB, and this came out perfectly. The steering still works. As you can see, everything rotates very, very nicely. This just disassembled so easily and reassembled so easily. I also painted this thing. This is just very easy. So this just came out much better. So apparently they're going to be making this car in white, and if that's the case, I'm going to get another one, do the same thing, the same calipers, same wheels, and I'll try to paint this piece right here black and the roof black if I get a white one. So that'll be kind of fun. So lesson learned here: if you're going to want to customize a car, you're in for a tough time with the Hot Wheels, but it can be done. With the Burago or Maisto, it is much, much easier. So yeah, that's just something I kind of learned here. So I know this wasn't a full step-by-step tutorial. It was just kind of like me going through it and kind of getting frustrated. So I couldn't really do a full tutorial when I didn't even know how to do a Hot Wheels before. If I get another Burago or Maisto, which I will eventually, and I want to customize it, I already know how to do that. So of course I'll bring that on camera. But hopefully you guys got something out of this. So I don't know, it kind of came out pretty nice. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.